destruction.
Right, read.
I dropped it actually.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Isaiah, the 54th chapter, verse 16. Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, he said he created the smith that blows the coals in the fire. He created the blacksmith. Blacksmith create what? They create weapons. In this case, he's saying he created these nuclear scientists, because the smiths in this case are the nuclear scientists, because these are the ones supplying the nukes to go to war with.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Right, which is some nukes.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
Right, and that's a nickname that they're giving the nukes right here in this particular verse. They call it the waster. Because when the nuke hits, it wastes everything. Everything's going to be burnt to a nuclear crisp. It's going to be nothing standing in the nuke's way when it drops.
Right, continue that.
But
and behind them a flame burning.
All right, but let's take before them.
A fire devoureth before them.
right, it's talking about the nukes. A fire devoureth before them. Because when the nuke drops and that nuclear explosion happens, that radiation devours everything in its path, or in its radius. Right? Keep reading.
And behind them a flame burning.
And behind them, a flame burning. So that's how you know it's talking about a nuke shooting off. Because it's when the nuke hit, it explodes, and when it's shooting off, a flame is at the back of it. So it's talking about a nuke. It's breaking down the nuke. And it's talking about America being destroyed. All your buildings, all your so-called wonders and monuments, all of that's going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord. Read.
And behind them, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Right. The Most High said the land is as Garden of Eden before them. If you look, right now in America, y'all can play in water, where other countries don't even have the luxury of water coming out of their spigot, while America playing that water at Six Flags, Dorney Park. You know what I mean? Disney World. Right. Flint, Michigan. Right. God. Right. Oh, no, I got it. The world, America was built up as Garden of Eden before them. You have different waters here. While Flint, Michigan is going through something, these crackers is living it up. They got different waters, Fiji, Polish Spring. Smart water. They have different, any type of car you want, any type of food you want. Like one brother was bringing out, you even have different climates that you can, only thing you can do is hop on the plane and go from somewhere that's cold and go somewhere that's hot. You have it made over here in America. It's built up as, yeah, they have winter homes or summer homes. This is built up as the Garden of Eden before you. But the Most High is going to destroy this with the nuclear destruction and turn it to a desolate wasteland. Read.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, after them nukes drop, America's going to be a desolate wilderness. Now, we sitting here prophesizing to y'all exactly what's going to happen in the future. But for some reason, people can't get it. They just can't get it.
Let me stress this one.
We have it in the Most High is telling you step by step on how World War III and how this nuclear war is going to come about. And they just want you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans to just open your ear and just hearken unto the words of the Most High. That's all. But you want to be stiff-necked and rebellious, that's your life, that's your destruction.
And nothing.
All right, got it.
Here's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. They come from a far country, even the end of heaven, even Yahawah, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Right, he's talking about the sinners right there. He's talking about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because we were the only ones, the children of Israel was the only ones that was given the law, statutes, and commandments. So we're the only ones that can sin. So he says destroying the sinners, he's talking about Israel. Because you heathens can't sin.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 5. They come.
All right, continue. Read that. All right, That's 13. Yeah, number 20.
Right. These nations are going to come, they are going to come and try to gather an army to fight the Most High. And they're going to be destroyed. The Most High is getting them. The Most High got everybody, all these nations in the trick bag. Because they think they're going to go to the, in this third world wars by their own going. But that's not what it is. Behind the scenes, the Most High is souping up this third world war to gather the nations so he can pour upon them the fire of his jealousy.
So Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Right, that king is Russia. It's in the hand of the Most High, Yahweh. And Yahweh said that he's going to put hooks in Russia's jaws and turn him back in the way that he would have him go. And that's that cold world spirit, cold world war spirit, like, and that spirit of hating America. Right? These heathens are going to gather an army to try to fight the Heavenly Father. Before you give me that,
Because he got it too. So which one you got? Revelation 19. Two readers. Yeah. One of y'all. One of y'all grab a son. Revelation 19.
Revelations 19:19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
Right. So these nations gathered an army to fight YahawashiDta and the angels. And they really think that they're going to succeed. This is the pride of this devil. But we know on this side that America's going to be destroyed and the world nations is going to be destroyed too. And YahawashiDta is going to set up his government and it's going to be everlasting kingdom, everlasting government. But this army that's going to fight YahawashiDta and think they're going to subdue him is going to be destroyed. Read.
Chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Right, that man that waxed strong with the thousands of heavens is YahawashiDta, accompanied by the angels. Read.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Right, read.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Right, that's the Most High shooting them laser beams out of them chariots. Read.
Like as the earth faileth when he filleth the fire.
Come, read.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven.
Right. So these nations is coming from four corners of this planet that come try to fight Yahawashi. They got an army together to try to fight Yahawashi, which you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Read.
To subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, so they wanted to take this man down under control. Get this man under control, to subdue. Take Yahawashi out of, because you gotta look at it. Look at all these movies that's coming out right now. It's always about some alien invader coming here and doing whatever on Earth, but Earth have to come together and the armies have to come together and defend Earth from some foreign entity, for some foreign invader. That's you. That's these elites getting y'all mentally prepared to fight the Most High when He comes back, when Yahawashi get here. But the Most High got them in the trick bag. Because this has to pass in order for us to get our kingdom back.
Verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
Right, read.
And flew up upon it.
Right, read.
But I would have seen the region or the place where out the hill was graved.
Right. He said he has graved himself a great mountain. So, and flew up upon it. Now, we all know that you can't fly in mountains. This is talking about a chariot. That's right. This is talking about the chariot. And he said this chariot was so big that it looked like Yahawashi was flying in a mountain. But he said he knew it wasn't a mountain because he would have saw the region of the earth that he would have took this mountain from. So Yahawashi is coming in a chariot. But it's just not going to be him. It's going to be the host of heaven too. The angels is coming with him. If you know the scriptures, you think back to Ezekiel. Think back to Ezekiel when the chariot was right there. It was thunder and large peals of lightning. That was only one chariot, and the Israelites were shook. It was scared. They had to have Moses go up there for them. Woo!
That's right.
Now imagine Yahawashi coming back with thousands of chariots with it. It's going to be all dark and there's lightning and thunder all over. Hey, they're going to be dumb scared. Petrified. You won't have heathens catching heart attacks and everything.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's right.
All right, read.
And after this, behold, but I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven,
right?
And I could not.
Come.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
Right. When they see this sight, when they see Yahawashi coming in that chariot and the host of heaven coming with him, man, they're gonna be shook.
They're gonna be shook, baby.
When I tell you, niggas gonna be pissing on themselves and everything.
That's right. Shook ones.
Because, hey, look, we're not used to, we used to watching movies with swords and shields and, maybe a few dog fights here and there, not two dogs, I'm talking about like jet fights. Yeah. We're not used to really physically seeing chariots come out of the sky, jets fighting chariots. We ain't used to seeing stuff like that. Independence Day stuff. We're not used to seeing stuff like that. So imagine these people that's set up as that's going to be set up to fight the Most High. And this also goes to you 2/3, because you 2/3 that's in these heathens' armies that's going to be trying to fight Yahawashi too. This goes for y'all too. Read.
Verse 8. And yet there's fight.
Right, these heathens still fighting. They're gonna take an order. Because the Illuminati is gonna get what Illuminati want in this kingdom for right now. They want this military to subdue Yahawashi, that's what we're gonna get. They're gonna give the order down to fire at these chariots. Right. Yeah, they're not gonna want to, they're gonna be scared. They're not gonna know what's gonna happen. But they're gonna take orders and they're gonna fire. And they're going to try to make war with he who comes in the chariot. Read.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came.
Right. He said as he saw the violence, right. Yahawashi and the chariots up there, and they took the order to fire. So now you got heathens shooting rockets at them, chariots, jets coming by shooting missiles at them, people in the ground shooting from them, Navy shooting at them. So the Most High saw the violence, and what? He did what?
He neither lifted up his hand.
He didn't lift his hand.
nor held sword,
He didn't hold the sword.
nor any instrument
He
of war.
didn't hold no instrument of war. No sword, no shield, no gun. He didn't have nothing with him. What'd he do though?
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Right, he's not talking about his physical mouth. It's talking about the chariots, the bottom, shooting a laser beam on that multitude that came to try to subdue him.
Right.
I just say something right quick, not to break the spirit, man. It's always our fucking people, man.
Saw him, right?
Yo, man, the Edomite cop was just like, yo, let Jake do them. But it's always the house niggas of our people that got a problem with the word, man. Your lieutenant was cool, man. Let the shit go. Why you ain't gotta come by and shoot us rocks, man?
You embarrass the black people, man. You embarrass us in front of my ass for, man.
Yeah, man.
You saw it, right?
Crazy, man. Like, yo, do something else, man.
He was ice drilling us hard as hell, yo.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Drive by
He was-
stairs down and shit.
Yo, I was looking at him too, and then the Edomite cop, she was driving, she made quick contact and just kept looking straight.
Brothers doing drive-by
Meanwhile,
stare-downs.
Jake sitting in
Gonna break the spirit, man. Just give it up, see?
Jake sitting in the passenger seat like this, like, look at these niggas, man.
You know, because they
Who
try to
that
go
nigga
hard
on
for
that
master. They try to go hard for their master. That's what that is, man.
Yeah.
Because they be trying to like do extra stuff to Jake because they think in their brain that that cracker cops and cracker their lieutenants and stuff gonna give them a few more crumbs off their table.
Brother, yo, that was spiritual that you was just bro, it was spiritual. You just reading how Yahawashi had no sword, no weapons, nothing. We just got Bibles in our hands.
Right.
Deck down, taser, mag light, everything. He's looking at us like, man.
Hey, weapons of our war ain't caught.
Fuck out of here.
But jump back to the prophecies. I just want to make that point.
Come. Read.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Right. When he talk about his mouth, he's not talking about his physical mouth. He's talking about the bottom of a chariot. You know, we Jake. We talk like that. You know how Lil Wayne? He said what? I let my gat talk for me. Oh no, 50.
Yeah.
I let my 9 talk for me. My watch talk for me. My gat talk. That's allegorical talk.
God.
Or Lil Wayne, he says, I let that Nina Raw shout for me when I'm angry. So right there,
Office gonna ride on that one.
so this is allegorical talk when he's talking about his mouth. He's talking about fire came out the bottom of the chariot to fry these people that came to subdue him. Read.
He sent out of his mouth as a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
Woo, read.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Read.
And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest.
Right. And look, and these nations think that they can beat Yahawashi, right? But Yahawashi didn't lift up a sword or grab any weapons of war. He simply shot a laser beam down on them. And what happened?
And fell with violence upon the multitude.
It fell with what?
Violence upon the multitude.
Read.
Which was prepared to fight. And
what it did?
burned them up, everyone.
Woo! And did what to him?
And burned them up, everyone.
Read.
So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived.
But what?
But only dust and smell of smoke.
Right. So out of a multitude, an immeasurable number of people, of heathens gathered to join to fight Yahawashi.
House niggas too.
Slut. House niggas too gathered to fight Yahawashi. And he shoots a laser beam down on them, and out of all them people, there's nothing left but dust and the smell of smoke. You can see that if you, I think the movie's Independence Day, with a big chariot come in New York and shoot that one beam down. It was like dropping a nuke. It's destroyed like the whole city. If I'm correct.
Nah, it destroyed the
White House.
Empire State Building.
I thought it was White House.
It destroyed the White House too. Yeah.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
Come.
Brother, keep
Right. Because America's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Right. The Most High has all these nations in the trick bag. He's going to make all you nations fight each other in this Third World War, just so y'all can get together.